bro, 17, straight out of high school, basically, still in high school probably. Like, dog, I don't care, bro. Any number near that age, any number or age near that area, I'm like off limits, bro. If it don't have a 2, I'm not going for it. If it don't have a 220, if it ain't over 21, I'm not going for it, bro. Like, genuinely. Look, so we got Performative Male Influencer Epidemic. Holy, what a title, bro. What a title, bro. That's just buzzwords all around, bro. All around. Performative Influencer Epidemic. Male. Bro. What was I about to say, gang? I don't know. I don't even know what to expect with this. Am I performative? Nah, I don't think so. Like, who would I say looks performative? Seems performative. I don't know, gang. I don't watch anyone that's like that. Like, everyone I watch is just goofy in their own way, silly, funny in their own way. Like, I'm Dante, you're Rage, Black Boy Max, all silly in their fun own way. You know, Sidemen, like, yeah. But let's see what he's talking about.
About last year by now, a new term started to hit the internet waves known as the performative male. It's defined as a subgenre of nice guys that try too hard to be in touch with their feminine.
Am I tripping though? I feel like this trend thing, top thing, like happened a while back. Like, this ain't even like new news or a new thing no more, right? The matcha drinking, book reading, wired headphone using, women, feminists. Actually, that part, that's cool. But like, you feel me? That's been a thing though.
Inside, whether that be listening to K-pop while drinking matcha with a tote bag on their hip, reading a book at a cafe with their leg up while drinking matcha, going to a bookstore and acting like they read all the time while drinking matcha. I don't know why matcha became the signifier of being a performative male, but it's always the reason why. One thing that wasn't talked about in that time is not only is there dudes that do that in real life, but there's a whole genre of male creators that do this exact thing on a global scale. They work the system in their favor to have a majority female audience, probably scheming the whole thing on a chalkboard. I'll make one thing clear though, just because there is a dude out there with a majority female audience doesn't mean he did that. Men and women have their own categories they majorly watch online. For women, it's things like beauty or fashion or true crime. The type of dudes I'm talking about is the, you know...
You're actually so much braver than I thought.
Only cause you're here. Only cause you're here. Only cause you're here.
Yeah, so for everyone that hasn't heard of the drama by now already, there's a big streamer named Sykkuno. He blew up around 2020 and 2021 for playing Among Us like a lot of streamers.
Where do we start with this case, right? Where do we start? So, is it counsel worthy? He's a predator. Because I know for a fact he was a manipulator, a liar, a cheater. Like, that is proven. But the underage thing, I don't know. Predator allegations, I don't know. I didn't really dive that deep in it. So I'm just like, all right, whatever, right? And I'm not condoning cheating. None of that. I mean, it happens all the time, but it's just like, you got a platform, A, B, still wrong, C, if there's minors involved, gang, yeah, no, you're cooked. Like, bro, that whole, I don't know, gang, I don't know, and it was just the way he was talking too, bro. I couldn't deal with it, bro. I couldn't deal with it. Like, that was some anime type of lines. Only cause you're here, like, bro, nah. But it worked. Like, the shot went in somehow.
At that time, and he built up a persona in that type of streamer verse of being a nice soft guy who's not toxic like those other disgusting male streamers like me. I'm only kidding, y'all. There's not a single instance you can find me mad at my kind viewers on stream. Anyways, his relevance kind of dwindled down over time, probably because he kept posting Among Us and never switched it up. Posting Among Us in the big 26, you might as well be hitting the flapper dance like it's the 1920s.
Whoa. The only people who can actually get away with it, gang, is the Sidemen. The only one who can get away with it now is the Sidemen. That's literally about it. Anyone else I've seen do it is like, actually, I haven't seen no one else do it. Like, yo, they're the only ones I see play Among Us in the big 2-6 game.
I never really watched him or knew much about him other than what I laid out for you guys. It's not like I'm the main demographic for him anyways. What I look like, a Valorant e-girl that goes out to get boba every day with her friends. But after the whole drama, looking at clips of him, I immediately knew he was one of those guy influencers. Given the energy of I'm not like these other guys pretty much instantly. He got exposed recently by a VTuber named HamamoVT, who labeled the expose as him being a serial cheater, master manipulator, and dangerous predator. And when you hear this, you're instantly thinking, damn, bro moving like the Joker. Like he's gotta be a mix of Light Yagami and EDP combined in the flesh. What is this document? But technically, one of those accusations was wrong off the jump, but that being the predator allegations. Because the person states they had a big age gap, which was 15 years, but she was 19 years old at the time. Which, don't get me wrong, is still really weird and strange, but he at least passed the legal test, so I feel like that's some type of defamation thing he could sue for. Then again, just recently as I...
Yeah, bro. Wait, hold on. 17 and he was 28? I don't know, bro. A 15-year age difference is crazy in my books. Is this someone else? Because 17, that's 11 years. So I don't know where the 15 came from. Or that was someone else. Because, like, yes, bro. Because here's the thing, right? I don't support that gang. I'm not gonna lie. As a guy, why are you not going for people your own age? Or around your age? Like me, I'm 23, right? What do I look like coming at an 18-year-old? Like, that's just weird. No, bro. Like, my limit is 21 and up. The max I'll hit, depending... What is the max? Like 30 something. 30 something. But like, yo, bro, I'm not... And you see... Now we can flip the script. If someone's 30, like, let's say 39, right? That's like a crazy age difference between me and her. So, but at that point, we're grown, bro. We've been adults for a while. Like, bro, 17, straight out of high school, basically, still in high school, probably. Like, dog, I don't care, bro. Any number near that age, any number or age near that area, I'm like off limits, bro. If it don't have a 2, I'm not going for it. If it don't have a 220, if it ain't over 21, I'm not going for it, bro. Like, genuinely.
Started making this video, some new allegations came out from another streamer who said they met when she was 17 and he started to flirt years later, so who really knows at this point? Bro's a weirdo either way. It shows you gotta make sure you're safe on the internet at all times, which is why I want y'all to hear about this. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing their profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child's QR code to girls while in a relationship for years, that he would buy them gifts and get emotionally close with them to smash. This is all while he would leverage his online persona, acting like that cutesy, soft, ooh-woo e-boy online. He could never cheat. You think a guy like this would ever cheat and be a liar?
I don't know why you ever ship me with anyone. As you know, girls aren't attracted to me, so the ship's never gonna work anyway.
Bro was balling from the start. And after that girl made that one expose document, they all started coming out like candy. Bro was getting the Diddy treatment, getting an accusation from here to there to there. All these girls were all getting the same playbook ran on them. He would follow then DM them after saying some type of corny opening line, probably something like,
Hey ladies, I can't muster up the courage to even be able to talk to a beauty like yourself. Would you be so kind to reply?
I'm sorry you had to hear that. Low-key, that wasn't even an exaggeration. Then he would get close with them and play games with them one-on-one. Fly out to meet them and...
Yo. I couldn't imagine seeing myself say that. I could not imagine myself saying that. I'm low XP. Yo, nah, that's crazy.
Get his rocks on. Or maybe have them send some dudes to him. The thing that's crazy about this is they all exactly thought the same thing. They thought because his stream persona, this cute ooh-woo e-boy who plays Among Us and puts his hand over his mouth when he laughs, was just some nice guy who happened to fall for them. And this wasn't by accident. He 100% set this up on purpose. Any stray dude that acts like this and is too performative, there's a 90% chance they're taking advantage of. It's a feeling almost every dude just knows, especially with these performative content creators that cater purely to a female audience. For God's sake, he was in a female content creator house as the only dude. How did they not expect him to be on something? I've heard enough. I'm ready for the 10-episode isekai anime. So when the allegations allegations first came out, it went from him being labeled a super creep and being permanently canceled to now, once people saw how overblown the whole thing was getting, he's now getting manipulator edits on TikTok and people are calling him the manipulator.
Yo, dog, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some of the edits, like, they were trying to edit him in. I'm gonna be honest, corny. Like, I don't like it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. And no, it's not out of jealousy, gang. No, it's not. No, it's not. But it's out of, like, a place of, no, we should not be glorifying cheating and all that, bro. Like, as someone who knows when I'm in a relationship, I'm committed. Like, bro, I'm not with that. Genuinely, I'm not with that. If he's single, he's single. That's a whole different matter. If he's single, he can do what he wants, right? But wasn't he in a relationship? Like, I don't abide by that. I don't like that, bro.
Go.
Cut that face, you don't pretend. If I miss, I spin again, and I might just lose.
I told you, alright? I can never snitch. That's on my kid. I put it on the plane.
My MC bars.
Inside of me.
This is gonna be a hot take, but I would say Sykkuno is smarter than me. He just trolls a lot to throw people off.
Only 'cause you're here.
They think I'm memeing, they think I'm trolling. Fact is, guys, for most of my life, I haven't really had many friends, and people really haven't
How
been
long
into me.
is
I've
edit,
never
bro?
seen someone gain aura from their cancellation. He might be on Light Yagami's level. He's literally a serial cheater, yet he's getting edits. To make it clear, alright, I think him being a serial cheater is terrible. The reason people are acting like this, though, partially, is the way these girls were coming out with their stories against him. One of the girls came...
Yo, here's the thing. I saw one clip where it was one of the girls, and and she was like, "We can still be friends, or you can still hit him on." Like, dog, you're supposed to cut him off at that point. If you're going out your way to badmouth him, tell the world how bad of a person he is. Why do you still want to talk to him, bro? Got him in a Ganjutsu, bro.
stating she
that's
was
sad.
a
I'm not
victim
gonna lie.
because he nutted without protection. When people say they're victims, I think most people think, I don't know.
Getting sexually harassed or raped?
They basically were two consenting adults who made a choice and she regretted that choice after. Whoop-de-damn do. People do that every day. The wildest part too is that in his apology for all of this, the original girlfriend he was with chose to stay with him. Prior to all this becoming public, we were already making changes to improve our relationship. And while I could have chosen to leave, I ultimately made the decision to stay with the hopes of repairing our relationship together. You can't make this up. She was getting cheated on for years and still stayed loyal. He truly is the IRL reflection of Light Yagami. His main audience is most likely done for, considering a majority of them were women who thought he was just some soft, trustworthy e-boy. If he was smart, he would grift to the red pill stratosphere and start selling books on how to be a manipulator to dudes.
You see, me personally, if I was him, I'm not gonna lie. What do I expect him to do? Probably play into that role of being, like, slightly toxic. And it's not even slightly, that's just mad toxic. But, like, I can see that happening. Do I know? Do I care? Not really, bro. But that's what I see happening.
Let this be a warning, though, that dudes like this and creators always got to be watched closely. Another category of performative male influencers is purely on TikTok. It's certain dudes who either try to give tips to women on how to get their boyfriends mad, or tips on how to talk to a boy they like. Just as we could suspect, too, all of the tips are absolute dog shit. One of the biggest guys on TikTok who does this is a guy named Jake Carringer. And all of his content is the most obvious pandering to women you'll ever see. The main thing he blew up for was giving tips to women on how to make their boyfriends mad. You know the most annoying girl is following him and liking all his posts too.
Want to break his ego? Next time your man starts arguing with you, all you have to do is say this. Tell him, I would tell you that I'm taking you seriously, but I don't want to lie. And just like that, watch his ego crumble. Stay toxic.
Want to break his ego? Text him happy birthday on the wrong day. Show him how much you care. Stay toxic.
This shit is so fucking ass!
How we feel about that? I'm not gonna lie. Maybe because I'm just so quick to be like, I don't care, it's none of my business what you say to other people. It's like, alright, bro, that's fine. Cause like, if I'm in a relationship, I'm expecting, you know, some sort of commitment. So for the context of, oh, it's some other guy's birthday, like, I guess, like, I don't know, bro. How do I feel about that? Like, I really don't care. I don't care. Like, yo, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, I know the relationship I'm gonna have with a certain person, a special someone, like, and the sort of standard that's gonna be at. So it's like, I don't see something like that happening. And if it does, it's like, bro, why are we playing all these little games, right? Like, there's no need for little games or nothing like that. Like, we're grown adults. We know how we feel, bro. Genuinely. And now expressing it may be difficult, or finding the right words may be difficult. That's fine, you know. I'd rather that than just try and like play these like little games to try and like, I wouldn't say poke the bear, but like try and like what's the right way to say it? Just try and like rage bait in a sense. Cause you know there's flirting, teasing, things like that. Like you're just chatting the chat, like, you know. Right, those types of things. Like, that's fine, that's cool. I don't, whatever, bro. But like, those like toxic like jabs. I'm not really with that, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Bitch, quit fucking music. Quit that.
If you're actively looking for tips on how to make your boyfriend mad, maybe don't be in the relationship. These are all so corny. I genuinely would have no reaction to getting any of these messages. And all of his other content that's not this is giving tips to women on how to make a man obsessed with them, or tips on how to talk. When will people learn that men are—
You know, that's the weird thing. With the right man, what I say right? With the wrong man, he'll cut you off. Like, you do some little thing like that, they'll just cut you off, gang. Some people just don't joke like that. They don't care like that. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, watch who you take advice from. Genuinely watch who you take advice from. And get input if you need, like, from a friend or something. But, like, I don't know, bro. Like, your actions have consequences.
Women whose content is solely this type of are usually wrong 99% of the time. This is like a dude watching a red pill podcaster how to pick up the most perfect wife for their future. Meanwhile, they live in a Miami apartment with a girlfriend who has more plastic in them than a lawn chair. This dude is filming TikToks at dick angles with no shirt on giving advice, and you're telling me he doesn't know what he's doing? I wouldn't be surprised if he was on Saikuno Tamen too. We just gotta wait for the first cheating allegation to come out. He actually apologized recently for those TikToks that blew him up. I see through your tricks though. He's apologizing to give that humble guy energy and to seem like a nice guy who made a mistake. That way all the girls that follow him are gonna be like, oh, he's such an understanding man and attuned with himself. Increasing his roster by 50% overnight. These videos aren't that far apart from each other when he made the apology. In fact, it's only like a 2-month difference. So how much could really change in that time? He conveniently offers relationship coaching too for a price. Surely he actually knows what he's talking about and isn't just grifting to get money from women who have broken relationships. The thing to me about this advice for women is so funny because I'm gonna be real, for most dudes, unless if he's like an A-list celeb or athlete, if you just talk to him and are direct, they're gonna fold because guys be bored. Trying to set up little angles and positions here and there are the worst thing. No guy's trying to figure out a puzzle on how you feel about them by ghosting them for some days or doing this or that. I might be just too grown for this shit anymore. If you do some childish things like that, we're not talking anymore. Funny how men have their own red pill guys who shill courses and women have the same thing. We really aren't that different. Another one of these corny dudes who does this is a guy named Brian De Palma. He used to be the biggest at doing it and would always be giving tips to women on men's secrets or how to make men obsessed. And as usual, they would be utterly useless or just dumb.
Oh, hey, do you want to hear another absolutely disgusting secret about men? They definitely do not want you to know, and as usual, this is an absolutely foolproof method, so please pay attention and do not tell anybody that I told you. If you're texting with a man and you're feeling like he's not giving you the same energy that you're giving him, if you're being funny and he's not being funny back, or you're trying to make actual comments and he's not making actual comments back, you're probably saying to yourself, this is not the man with the personality that I need. But actually what you're forgetting is the fact that if a man's personality is too good over text, like if it matches your freak too much, like too soon, this man has been texting way too much.
Or the guy could just not be into her as much as she's into him. He could be a call person or an IRL person. You see how these tips make zero sense because no one is exactly the same? I've met people that are more text people than call people and people that like doing calls more. And
Alright, with that though, I'm not gonna lie. Me, I think I do prefer like face-to-face conversation because it's like I want to see you. I don't really like FaceTime. Calls, I don't mind calls or voice messages. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big advocate for those, especially voice messages, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not on my phone like that. So like, if you call, there's a good chance I'm not gonna pick up, and I don't want that to leave a bad taste in someone's mouth. You feel me? So like, text is cool. Like, text is, it's whatever, right? I think the only problem with text is it can sometimes be hard to explain like certain emotions to the max, or to what you're feeling completely, instead of like them hearing your voice and seeing how you would say it, the tone in which you'd say it, and all that, right? But like, I'm not gonna lie, if anything, you should be the same person in text, on call, on FaceTime, in person. Like, you should just be you. Like, there should be no sort of difference in who you are. Like, I maybe some things would be like worded different just because of context, but I don't know, bro. That's just me in my mind.
His content was mainly this for years until people started to troll him, which led him to pivoting to different things, but the damage is already done. Everyone's in his comments spamming he's way too old for this shit and he's 40. Bro getting the low tier god treatment. I don't even know how you can be on the internet anymore dealing with that. Worst part about his pandering content too is women don't even fall for it. They're always trolling him and probably dying laughing when they see his vids. At this point, I don't know who this type of content appeals to. If men and women find it cringe, it's like a floating speck in the internet waves going nowhere. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Follow me on Twitter.
No, he got some following though. I saw 230,000 followers, right? Now, is it effective? No, bro. No, probably with like, yo, who would that work on? Who would that work on, bro? Not me though. Not me. Cause like, I don't know, bro. Someone definitely watches it. Someone definitely thinks he's like, oh, he's spitting facts. No, you're the realest twin. Like, bro, someone's actually probably thinking that. Aside from that, good video by Tommy. Let me know what you want to watch next. You know, on the road to 1K. Thank you and see you.